कर दिए
आजा 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 तो जल्दी कर दे भाई ने
एक बार ना प्लीज आप लोग स्ट्रीम चेक कर लो स्ट्रीम एक बार चेक कर लो बॉस आप स्ट्रीम चेक कर लो स्ट्रीम स्ट्रीम आ रहा है ना
हाँ आ रहा है
डिलीट को
ये भी आज
अब बात ही नहीं
Hello and welcome to day one of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. We are here at the beautiful Noida Cricket Stadium, and today we have an exciting encounter in front of us. E&A Strikers versus the Samsung Avengers. What an exciting day this is. We know that it is slightly cool in the air, and of course we have some cool champs in the field with us today. An exciting matchup which is about to begin. Two of our dashing umpires are now heading to the middle and are ready for this 20-over contest. The morning is buzzing. We have been here for a couple hours now and we are ready. The players are pumped. They are warmed up. They have been practicing on the sidelines, and now this is a go for the 2025 Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. We request one member of the bowling team to kindly help us in adding the squad to the scoring app. And we are underway. A beautiful glance towards the third man region races away to the boundary ropes. What a way to start day one of the Intercompany Tournament by Samsung here. A great shot to begin with. Strikers are batting first here, and they have an exciting opening partnership here. If they can be this explosive from the beginning, we are up for a beautiful contest. It's a newly resurfaced stadium here. The pitches are put in recently and have been taken up by an excellent grounds team. So we can expect some bounce early up. Again, a good delivery, a good line in length is being maintained there. Pushes it down to the long off region for a quick single. Very exciting contest this has been here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. The 2025 Samsung Intercompany Tri-Series that we have here. E&A Strikers versus the Samsung Avengers. Again, a good delivery, just punches it down. Misfield at the bowler end. A quick single. They're rotating the strike well from the get-go. The E&A Strikers, if they keep rotating the strike like this, then they are absolutely in the right position here. Tries to go for the big heave, misses it completely. Everyone misses it. Wide signal there by the umpire. Dwarika Prasad Kushwa, the bowler, with his first over. And we have Kamanshu Shukla and Sumit Sharma as our openers. Let's see what they can do here. Again, a big heave goes down the leg side region, misses everyone completely. Another wide. These extras can definitely be costly, so we have to keep that in check. The Samsung Avengers, they have to understand that each and every run saved here will only help them when they chase. But keep this in mind, the wicket will get better as the day progresses. The moisture will evaporate and the ball will come onto the bat a little bit quicker. So will help the batsman a lot more. Another punch down to the long off region. A quick single being taken here. Very orthodox field that we have here for the Avengers. Again, a good delivery. Maintains his line in length. Collects it cleanly there at the cover region. Just keeps it down to a single. A T20 contest is always exciting, and Samsung always gives us a blast. Even last year, the internal tournaments had given us a blast here. So we are back here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. Again, a good delivery, a big heave. It is racing away to the boundary ropes. Can it be stopped by the fielder at the mid-wicket region? Yes, does well. A good football skill comes to play. Tries to go for a nice volley there, but picks it up nicely. At the end of the first over, it is 14 for no loss. So great start there for the E&A strikers. We have Vidit here with the Samsung Avengers. The second over coming up. Vidit Mandya. 9 matches, 9 innings, 8 wickets. Best bowling figures of 2 for 13. So we can definitely see some exciting contest here. Good start there by the E&A strikers. A fast bowler. Great delivery. A little bit onto the pads. Just glances it down to the mid-wicket fine leg region. Quick single. Will be very happy there. The E&A strikers. A great delivery, just pushes it down to the point region. Will be a quick single. Good running between the wickets there with the opening partnership. Kamanshu and Sumit doing really well at that point. If we can just keep pushing those singles and get that occasional boundary, we can actually come up with a mammoth total here for the first innings. Because they have to keep in mind that slowly and steadily, great delivery there, just misses the bowler. Wide being called there by the umpire. Very qualified umpiring crew here with us. It's a massive ground that we have here. International standard ground. 65-70 meter boundaries. Already been stretched in. Great delivery off the thigh pad. leg byes being given there. Quick single there. Again, like we were just mentioning, if they are just rotating the strike in a healthy rate and just getting that occasional boundary, boundaries will be tough here because it's a massive ground to begin with, and this is corporate cricket after all. But we have definitely seen some icons with the Samsung cricket teams in the past, and definitely we can see some big hits across the ground. A wide being called there on that occasion. ENA strikers are very comfortably sitting at about 20 runs. If they can just maintain this, we are looking at a target well over 200, which can be extremely difficult to chase on this ground. 160 to 170 is the at-par score, so definitely after the resurface, we can expect a slight increase in that, maybe for 5-7 runs. So 165 to 170, 175 is the par score, but if we do go above the 200 mark, it can be definitely challenging for the Avengers. Again, another wide, 3 consecutive wides there. This can definitely be costly for the Avengers team. As we have just mentioned, wides and the extras have to be curved here and contained. And a few wickets are definitely important at that point, because once the partnership gets out of hand, it will definitely be extremely tough. Going down the leg side, a big shout there by the entire team. Good decision there by the umpire. At the end of the second over, we are 22 for the loss of no wickets. Kamanchu is the star batter at this point with 8 runs. And Sumit at 4. Strike rate of an even 100 for the entire batting pair. But the main scorer here has definitely been the extras. An exciting day here, the 15th of November. Yesterday we celebrated Children's Day, and today all the kids are on the field back again. Like, this is literally like, we might be in our 40s or 50s or in our early 30s, but in our hearts, I think we're still 12, 13 when we used to play cricket in the backyards, in our school grounds, and those days are definitely back. And to get a ground like this, a venue like this, it is definitely a dream come true for these corporate heroes. We have here another great glance there, good fielding, a slight fumble, but doesn't cost the team any extra. We can expect the ball to slightly move away from the fielders as we get to the surface because of the spin that it generates near the point region. So it does well. It's a tough spot to field in the point region. Again, a big slash there. A deep point field has been then. It is a gully slash point kind of a region where we had collected that second last delivery. A little unorthodox in the field, definitely. Usually in the first few overs, we expect some big hits to come our way because of the power play that's going on. Again, a big hit gets the gap, races away to the boundary ropes for the second 4 here at the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament 2025. What an exciting way to begin this tournament. Let's see how can the bowling team get it back. Goes through the legs of the wicket keeper. Again, tries to go for the big heave. A thick edge. Takes a quick single. And it is the end of the third over. It is 31 for the loss of no wicket. Smooth sailing there for the ENA strikers. They are doing extremely well at this point. And we are looking at a mammoth total to be beginning with. The first 6 overs have to be capitalized by the batting pair because we are definitely looking at a massive contest here at our hands, and I know the Avengers have something up their sleeves. Really full deck onto the pads, played beautifully to the fine leg region, square off the wicket. A massive thick edge, a beautiful, beautiful delivery there, just rushes over to the boundary rope. So we are back here with the action. Just a quick technical glitch here. But we are back again. Again, a beautiful delivery. Swinging in the air. Down the leg side. If this delivery can be controlled maybe in the 4th, 5th stump line, then this can be a very interesting. A great shot there, beautifully driven to the cover region, cannot be stopped by the fielder. That shot deserved a boundary, and it did get a boundary. What an incredible shot by Sumit there. What a powerful shot there by Sumit at that point. And again, races to the boundary ropes. A fast bowler. The fine leg fielder is inside the circle, and that became really costly for the Avengers because we saw 2 pump shots by Sumit there in that occasion. What an incredible batter we have here at the Noida Cricket Stadium for the E&A Strikers. Day 1 of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament, and we have a blaster here at our hands in E&A Strikers versus the Samsung Avengers. What a way these guys have been batting. Oh, Jesus. This has been absolutely beautiful. 45 runs already on the board, and we are nowhere close to even a quarter of the game being done. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is extremely exciting. So we are currently sitting at 45 runs for the loss of no wickets at the end of 3.4 overs. 5th delivery coming up of the 4th over. Races in, good delivery, just slightly niggles off the surface, comes into the batter, pushes it. Good call in the middle. There was only a single there that occasion, and they did capitalize it. Kamanchu is now back on strike. Sumit is playing a lovely innings of 23 for 11 deliveries, and this is turning out to be a nightmare power play for the Samsung Avengers. Again, a beautiful delivery. Hits it over the 30-yard circle. Cleanly collected by the fielder there on that occasion. Can only be a single. At the end of the fourth over, we are sitting comfortably at 47 for the loss of no wickets. The ENA strikers seem to be sailing. And we will join you back at the beginning of the next over. Current coming back with another over there, wide being called. These extras need to be curbed by the Samsung Avengers, because at this point they are cruising the ENA strikers. 48 runs already on board. The opening partnership is doing extremely well. Again, a massive hit. The cover region fielder can do nothing about it. What an incredible shot that is by Kamanchu. Kamanchu doing an incredible job. He can match Sumit tip for tip. What an incredible shot that pierced the fielders. Man, I was talking about the boundary ropes being too big, or the boundary being a little too big for corporate cricketers, but this is what corporate cricketers in India can do. They're piercing a 65-yard, 70-yard field like it is nothing. It is cakewalk for them. And this is an exciting, exciting contest that we have here. Man, oh man, if you are tuning in online and you're watching this live stream, you have to come down to the Noida Cricket Stadium. What an incredible hit! The first six comes off of Kamanchu's bat. Huge, absolutely massive, and this is what we are talking about. They are proving me wrong at this point. These boundaries are nothing for Kamanchu and Sumit. They can take the Melbourne ground as well at this point. Might as well ship them down to Australia for a couple challenges. But this is an exciting contest that we have here, taking on the spinner, utilizing the power play as much as possible. Again, tries to go for the big heave, finds the fielder, cleanly collected. Problem in the middle, but throws to the wrong end. They need to be a little proactive in the field there, the Samsung Avengers. They need to understand that this is a situation that they are feeling the pressure, but definitely they have to capitalize on this. And the ENA strikers at this point are kind of running away with the competition. The Avengers have to curb that as much as possible. Maybe get a little aggressive in the field. They have to cheer themselves up. Again, tries to, a beautiful delivery at that point, right in the block hole. Misses the batter completely. Well done by the keeper to stop it by his pads. Karan with a pretty expensive over at this point for the power plays, but they understand that they have to take the bowler on. Another wide there. These extras are costing the Samsung Avengers quite a bit, but I am sure the team is still pumped. Can we hear a huge cheer from the Avengers to support their bowler? Because I'm sure they can get behind the bowler and we can get an aggressive few wickets. Again, a big slash. The fielder does well in the gully / point region. Cleanly collected there. And we are definitely seeing a beautiful fielding team here. We haven't seen any fumbles by the fielding team so far. Another wide there by Karan. Samsung Avengers need to talk to their bowlers that As long as it's wicket to wicket, it can be anyone's contest in the game of cricket. Is that the first breakthrough? And it is. What an incredible turnaround to the over. Sumit has to go back. The danger batsman departs after playing a beautiful innings and giving their team the beautiful and perfect start. Karan brings their team back. What a breakthrough for the Avengers. The E&A strikers will be disappointed that their star batter has to unfortunately walk back to the pavilion. E&A strikers, but still at a very good position. At the end of the 5th over, it is 62 for the loss of 1 wicket. "23 runs scored by Sumit. 12 deliveries and 23 runs. That is an incredible start that he has given his team. Definitely would have wanted to be there for another couple overs, but last over of the power play coming up. Can they capitalize on it? Hempal, the new bowler, coming into the attack. Hempal is also the captain of the Samsung Avengers, and the new batsman in. Mani Chaturvedi coming back to this beautiful Noida Cricket Stadium. Last time he took the event by storm. Let's see what he can do on this occasion for his E&A strikers, for the E&A division. 2025 Samsung Intercompany Tournament already off to a beautiful start here. In the first 5 overs, we are looking at 62 runs being scored, and that first wicket coming for the E&A strikers by Karan from the Samsung Avengers. Captain Prempal. Great shot. Cannot be stopped by the fielder. Again, good football skills there by the Samsung Avengers. I think they also need to participate in the intercompany football competition at this point. A couple beautiful stops there by the Avengers team. Using their footy skills to good use at this point. I have to interview a couple people from the Samsung team to understand what is with the blend of cricket and football that they're bringing to the Intercompany Tournament 2025. But this was absolutely exciting the way they have been playing here. Mani and Kamanshu Shukla. Kamanshu Shukla back on strike, pushes it down for a quick single, does well. This is the last over of the power play. I'm sure Mani and Kamanshu are looking to capitalize a little further on this occasion. Three deliveries already done. 67 runs are already on board. Great shot there by Mani. Races to the boundary rope for 4. Apologies by Kamanshu. Great shot there. Races to the boundary rope for 4. Kamanshu has swapped his helmet out for a nice sun visor, sun hat. That's why the problem in the com box. We definitely need a couple binoculars for this occasion. But Kamanshu is giving us a show here. Pushes it down. Again, a little bit of a miscommunication in the middle, but does well. No risks required at this stage because they're comfortably sitting at 70 for the loss of 1 wicket. Again, a really good delivery. No extras being given in this over so far, which is a pleasant surprise for the Samsung Avengers. They will be extremely happy that no extras are being awarded for the batter team who are looking to be sailing away with the competition here. Last ball coming off for this over. 71 for the loss of 1 wicket so far. Last ball of the power play. Can Mani take it up with the flair and give us a massive hit to begin with? I guess not. A good push back to the bowler at the end of the 6th over. We're looking at 71 for the loss of just 1 wicket. I'm still sad to see Sumit go because he was giving us a massive play here. We could have well been sitting at a score of 80 plus at this point, but still above 10 runs and over. The current run rate sitting comfortably above 11.8, closer to 12 at this point. Rawat, the new bowler, comes into the attack. Vipin Rawat, 20 matches, 20 innings, 17 wickets. So has a good track record behind. Slinging left armour. Almost got the wicket of the dangerous Kamanshu there. But it won't be that easy, I'm sure. The Samsung Avengers definitely know that Kamanshu is a worrisome batter for them at this point, and they need this wicket as soon as possible to restrict them because they're already sitting at a comfortable 71. A good shot there. Fielder does well. Single being taken. A very good job. Very good job by the fielding team at that occasion. The runs have seemed to dry it up after the batter. And as soon as I've said that, a beautiful glance picks up. Again, the football skills come into play for the Samsung Avengers. I really have to get that interview now with the Samsung Avengers team, that if they have been practicing football on the sidelines as well. A quick fumble, luckily. No extra runs being given here, but a nice pickup shot off the hips. Beautifully blocked there. Great bowling so far. Very slingy in his action, Rawat, Vipin Rawat. He's been bowling really nicely. A little onto the pads, but that is the gift of the left-handed action. Coming back into the pads. Again, it comes back into the pads. Glances it to the fine leg region. Can only be a single. I think this field setting is a little more orthodox for a fast bowler than what we saw in the power plays. Very exciting contest here between the ENA Strikers and the Samsung Avengers. But the runs seem to have just dried up. Goes up in the air, the dangerous Kamanshu, and a beautiful wicket being taken here. The dangerous Kamanshu departs. Vipin Rawat is the new magic man for the Samsung Avengers. What an incredible turnaround this has been in the last 3 overs. We saw both the dangerous openers now departed back. Kamanshu, the latest victim of the Samsung Avengers. What can be in the next few overs, we never know. Because this is turning out to be a little bit of a disaster in the last 3 overs for the ENA Strikers. What an incredible turnaround by the Samsung Avengers. First, the wicket of Sumit, and now with Vipin Rawat, the wicket of Kamanshu. Shailendra Rathore, the new batter, he comes in into a very tricky position with Money and Shailendra. They can definitely take it across the line for the ENA Strikers, but they need to rebuild a partnership. The dangerous man Kamanshu departed. What an incredible innings that he has played. He deserves a hand from his team. He has definitely set up the platform really well for the entire innings and the entire contest. And we are in for a beautiful blockbuster on a Saturday morning. From the Noida Cricket Stadium, the 2025 Samsung Intercompany Tournament. What an incredible day this has been of cricket. We are only in the 7th over, folks. Only 7 overs done. 75 for the loss of 2 wickets. We have seen incredible hitting by both Sumit and Kamanshu, and incredible bowling from the Samsung Avengers. 2 important and crucial wickets being taken there. Let's see what this new batting pair can do. Money and Shailendra Rathod. They definitely have it in them. We have already seen massive hits. A massive hit, and we were talking about just a recovery in the com box, and we are seeing a massive hit back up again. The ENA strikers don't want to slow down. Great work there in the deep mid-wicket region. That was a tough ball to stop, and Money with a massive swing, but definitely does well. What an incredible contest we are having. I'm getting giddy up here in the com box. Pushes it well. Again, the mid-wicket region fielder, the deep mid-wicket fielder coming into play. Two very exciting opportunities in the last over. But that wicket of Kamanchu still hurts me because ENA strikers will definitely be in a state of bother. Great shot there. Again, the football skills come into good use for the Samsung Avengers. The other teams, they need to, I think, brush up on their footy skills as well, because that is definitely helping the team here. Oh, goes up in the air, will land in the no-man region, converging between the three fielders. We have an exciting guest up in the com box here. Rahul from Samsung is here, and he will take up from Samsung ENA, and he will be taking up the com box for the next couple overs while I take a quick breather.
Thank you. Thank you, Aryan. I'm Rahul and would like to move you further for the commentary box. So next ball and straight to the bowler. So no run. So currently strikers on 80 for 2 and 7.5 overs. So this is the last ball. So over done. So 8 over and 80 for 2. It's a good starting from ENA striker. And in starting, it was looking like the striker will dominate, but now I think the Avengers have come back in the game. Vipin has come. Vipin Rawat will be bowling over the wicket, and oh, that was to the leg side. Well played, and white called by the umpire. So this time Mani is playing on 7 and Shailendra on 2. They both are good batsmen. Next ball. That was out of the off stump and very good cut. It's 4 run. That was a very good shot by Shailendra. Cut in the offside. Sorry, it was from Mani. Now waiting for the next ball. That is straight to the batsman and played for single. So the best figure of Vipin is 3 for 7. So I think he's a good bowler. And this time Avengers need some crucial wickets to come into the game. Straight played to the bowler, and I think single will be there. Misfield by the fielder and backed up by another fielder. The score is 87 and Next ball by Vipin. Oh, that's played towards the backside, and fielder is there. I think there will be a single thrown back to the keeper. And this is this was the 5th ball. And next ball by the Vipin. And played in the leg side. There is no fielder is there. Let's see how much run they can take. And the ball is running to the boundary, and 4 run. 4 run. That was a very good shot. So read the length of the ball right correctly and thrown it to the back to the boundary, and that was a very good shot. Shailendra is playing has the capability to play some good shots. And it was out of the offside and played it well. Fielder is there. Let's see. Just running for the 2nd run, and they will complete it. So it's 94 for the loss of 2 wickets. 9th over complete. So it's a run rate of around 10 is going on this time, 10.44 run rate, which is quite good. But yeah, strikers can accelerate it more. Now the Karan has been introduced to the bowling attack. First ball will be faced by Mani, and right hand off-spin bowler, and straight to the keeper. Tried to cut it, but could not succeed. Next ball, and cut it to the fielder directly, and yes, cut it down to 1 only. It's a good running between the wicket. It's a good example of running between the wicket by the E&A strikers. Now Shailendra on striker, and will face 3rd ball. Oh, played it to the onside. Fielder is running there. I think there is opportunity of 2, and will complete it. Good running between the wicket again. So that was quick doubles by both the batsmen. And cut it to the offside, and the fielder is waiting. Only single will be taken there. So the score has reached to the 95. Waiting for next ball. And again, cut it to the offside, and this ball is running to the boundary. That's 4 run. What a nice shot. There was a gap between the fielders, and utilized it, and that was cut behind the wickets, and that was beautiful. So the individual scores, Mani is playing on 14 and Shailendra on 12. Oh, that's good shot played by Mani, and will be single. So this is the end of the over, and the score is 103 for 2 in 10 overs. And well played by both of the teams. Now the drink will be presented on the ground. and the run rate of 10 is quite well, and both team played well, and this game I think is going very well as of now.
You're a good soldier, choosing your battle. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off and back in the saddle. You're on the front line, everyone's watching. You know it's serious, we're getting closer, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it, but you got it all, believe it. When you fall, get up, oh, oh, and if you fall, get up, eh, Tamina, mina, sangalewa, 'cause this is Africa, Tamina, mina.
Welcome back to the match. Now the end has been changed after 10 overs and the match will be resumed now. Money will be on strike. First ball and played it nicely on the offside. First completed and call for the second and will complete it easily.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for taking over the com box and doing an exceptional job there. And it's me, Aryan, and I am back in the com box getting the later half. A big shout there goes down the leg side a little. Good call there by the umpire. Vipin Rawat has been bowling incredibly well. He took that crucial wicket. Took the beautiful wicket of Kamanshu. And we are back again. Money on strike, playing an incredible knock of 17 off of 21 off of 17 deliveries. Races to the fine leg region, will only be a single. Comfortably above the 10 runs per over mark. And if they continue with this, as they're building up a nice partnership already, 71, they had lost the second wicket, and now we are comfortably sitting at 106. So good partnership here by Shailendra and Money. Again, a little bit onto the pads. The mid-wicket region does well. Will only be a single. Good running between the wickets there from the ENA striker pair. Mani Chaturvedi and Shailendra Rathore doing an incredible job in the middle. They know that they have the time, they have the runs on the board already. If they can just pump up the gas a little bit and take a big, thick edge, lands in the no-man region. But again, a quick single being taken there. Great job by the batting pair in terms of running between the wickets. They are very proactive in the field when it comes to running between the wickets, because they know that this boundary rope is massive, 65, 70 meter boundary ropes, and they are using it to their advantage, just pumping out singles. Again, goes for the big heave, goes to the no-man region. The extra cover region fielder does well, will only keep it down to a single. Shailendra with that massive heave. They are finding the gaps for sure, but they just have to find the power at this point.
What do you think? What would be the strategy of the ENA striker from here?
ENA strikers, they know that they have the runs on the board. The next 5 overs, they have to just settle in, build up a partnership, put the Avengers on the back foot, and in the last 5 overs, after the 15th over, we can see a massive innings coming to play from Mani and Shailendra, because they have already done it in the past, and we know it, that they can really take this team across the line.
Yeah, currently they are just running to the scoreboard and trying to put on some good score on the board, and then they can start pushing it up.
Absolutely. A great way of batting here. A good partnership that is building here. If they can successfully go over the 50-run mark in terms of their partnership, then definitely they'll be set, and the Avengers will be on the back foot.
That was out of the stump and on the leg side. Hit on the pad and the batters run for the single.
Leg by is being called in that occasion. We are back in action with the 12th over, and Money is the danger batter on strike for the ENA Strikers. A massive heave. And out being given there. The umpire took his sweet time. They was checking that it was above the waist or not. It was definitely not above the waist because it was drooping back in to the batter. What an incredible wicket there to begin with. Wicket being given, it was definitely out there. The only question came up to the square leg region umpire, but definitely a good call by both the umpires, because as we can see here, it was definitely out.
I think umpire. So Money.
The third wicket goes down and the danger man, Money, has to depart. The ball was definitely crashing into the stumps because of the loopy delivery. He misses it completely. Could have been a nice, juicy full toss that Money hits across the boundary rope. But a great, great start for the bowler. Ravi doing an incredible job there.
Now Gajendra.
Gajendra, the new batter for the ENA Strikers. He was there last time as well, and he put on a beautiful show for the ENA Strikers. So we can definitely expect something big coming up here. They're losing good wickets at this point. The third wicket came after a decent partnership. So the Avengers will be very happy with their squad and the bowling crew. And they know that if they can get a couple more clips here, they will be back in action and back in this contest.
Bowler attacked on the stumps directly, and that was a good delivery by the bowler.
Great first delivery for Gajendra. Pushes it for a single. Now Shailendra back on strike.
That was in the air for some while, but grounded.
Second round being called there. Good running between the wickets. This is what we are witnessing here with the ENA Strikers. They're running incredibly well in the center. They know what is required at this point. They're pushing the fielders and they're calling those seconds, and they're really putting pressure on the fielding team right here. They know that they are cruising at this point in terms of the run rate. Slightly dips below the 10 runs per over mark, but they can definitely bring it up in the last 5 overs and get that massive score. Again, a big hit to the long off region. Deep long off does well. Will only be a single. Last ball coming off for the over. Gajendra back on strike. Shailendra has been doing an incredible job. 17 off of 13 deliveries. Perhaps a couple more big hits from Shailendra will keep the momentum going for the ENA Strikers. Last delivery coming off the 12th over.
So there was some confusion and did not take any run.
Good call because there was no run there.
End of the over.
End of the over. After the end of the 12th over, we are sitting at 114 for the loss of 3 wickets. The ENA Strikers still at a very comfortable position, but they have definitely lost the momentum that they had gained in the first 6 overs.
I think they need to increase the momentum from here so that they can
The next 3-4
good score from here.
absolutely, the next 3-4 overs will be crucial for the ENA Strikers. They have to build up a partnership back from scratch, and I'm sure that Gajendra and Shailendra can definitely get the total back up to the 200 mark for the ENA Strikers, and I'm sure that the Avengers are up for the task. What a great hit. This is what we have been asking for. Hits it above the square, the cover region fielder, races away to the boundary rope for 4. What an incredible shot that was by Shailendra. Just pierces the boundary rope. He knew exactly where the fielders were. He knew that if he has crossed the 30-yard circle, in the cover region, then it will definitely race to the boundary rope, and it helped them immensely. Now this is game on. Again, a big loop will just bounce in front of the deep long off region. Could have been very tricky there for a second. I'm sure that he was worried there for a point, because Shailendra is the set batter. Will only be a single there. Gajendra back on strike. A very loopy and slow delivery. These kinds of bowlers are very tricky to manage for the batters. The ball just was looping and just came into the batter. Could have been chopped on back onto the stumps, but a great job there by Gajendra. Again, a nice shot. Just will be a single, will be a misfield, the first misfield of its kind. 2 runs being taken. They've capitalized on that misfield. Great job there by the ENA strikers. The Avengers are in a spot of bother when it comes to just this taking of singles and doubles, because this is a massive boundary here at the Noida Cricket Stadium, and the 2025 Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament is underway. Again, a massive loopy delivery. Will only be a single at this point. Shailendra is now back on strike.
Sanjay is bowling, and generally he's a wicket keeper.
Hello. Thirteen overs. 13th over is being bowled. The last delivery coming up. Gajendra on strike for the last delivery. A massive slash there, running to the third man region. No fielding protection there, but the ball is definitely slowing down. The fine leg fielder does well to just run across, race across about 30-40 meters there, and does really well to cut it off before it reaches the boundary rope. At the end of the 13th over, we are sitting at 124 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. A great over there for the ENA strikers. A beautiful shot by Shailendra on that occasion when it raced across the boundary rope above the cover region fielder. Does incredibly well. This is now the 14th over that we will begin with. Projected score is sitting at 191 if they keep going on with the strike rate. But realistically speaking, in my opinion, if we are looking at a projected score, if this batting pair, and especially if Shailendra can be in the center, we are definitely looking at a beautiful hit, races down to the deep long off region. Another single there, very like competitive in the way that they have been batting here so far. The ENA strikers, they know exactly where the fielders are. They know where to punch it and when to take just a single and when to be aggressive. So really good and smart cricket here with the ENA strikers. Again, a massive hit. What an incredible strike. Races across the boundary rope, pierces the field through the mid-wicket region for 4. What an incredible shot by Shailendra. This is exactly what I am talking about. If Shailendra can be in the middle, then we can definitely expect some fireworks towards the... We can definitely expect some fireworks towards the later half of this innings. 129 runs already on board. This is an exciting contest. Again, a big delivery there. Just nips back into the batter, does well, gets one hand off the bat, pushes it down to the long on region, mid-wicket long on region fielder, does well. If we look at this fielding unit so far, we have seen some incredible job in the field, but definitely the ENA strikers are not letting the fielders come into the equation because they are racing for the boundary ropes, finding the gaps, getting the singles and doubles. Oh, again, tries to step down, but does well to be inside the crease there. Definitely a little loopy kind of a bowler again, which is really tough, especially on a big ground, because they don't have the velocity that is required onto the ball to get it across the rope. So the batters have to generate all the power and momentum from their bat speed, which can be really tricky and can induce a miss hit as well. That's why we saw a couple big wickets falling to slightly slower bowlers, because it tends to just get an upper edge or an inside edge back onto the stumps. So we are back here. Shailendra sitting at 28 off of 19 deliveries. He has been doing incredibly well. Again, a massive hit there. Pierces the fielders. What a... Pierces the boundary ropes, races for a beautiful boundary. The two fielders were just looking at each other. They could do nothing about it, because at this point, the entire ground is shut down because of the beautiful batting that we are witnessing from Shailendra. He knows exactly when to step on the gas, and he has stepped on the gas. And we are seeing an incredible display of batting here. The run rate has crept up just slightly, but I'm sure in the next couple overs, if Shailendra is in the middle, if they can build up a partnership, they can look at a total of above 220 even.
And played it well. I think there will be a single, and with this single, challenge will be on 33. So it's total 133 for 3 and 134 for 3 in 14 overs. And good going. And the upcoming few overs, they will have to strike well. Oh, tried to hit it well, but no run there.
Great job by the batting pair, Gajendra and Shailendra. They are definitely keeping the pressure on the Avengers. Gajendra playing the role of just being there, the supporting role in this inning so far, in this partnership. But I definitely am sure that in the next couple overs, if required, then he can definitely step on the gas. But Shailendra at this point has been doing an incredible job. Gajendra steps out. Deep long on region fielder comes into action. But that was a massive hit by Gajendra. Tries to get that first boundary on the books.
Ball was in the air for some time, but landed in a safe.
Shailendra playing a beautiful knock of 42 off of 25 deliveries. We are seeing a very competitive total being coming up here. At the end of the 15th over, we are sitting at 145 for the loss of 3 wickets. Shailendra again playing an incredible job 43 runs scored off of 26 deliveries, and Gajendra, the perfect partner in this duo. The ENA strikers are racing towards the 200 mark, and they are definitely in a very comfortable and a position where that they will be very happy with. The Avengers at this point, we don't know how the fielders are feeling, how the bowlers are feeling inside, but I am sure that they know that this is a total that will be a little tough to defend, will be a little tough to chase, I beg your pardon, but this wicket will get better as the day progresses. We have seen massive totals being chased down at the Noida Cricket Stadium after the resurfacing has been done. The wicket just becomes a little drier, so the ball comes onto the bat a little better. So we see some massive hits in the second innings. So if they can definitely curb them to below 200 total, then this will be game on. Above 200 will definitely be will be a tough chase for any squad across the globe.
Shalendra on 43 on 26 balls and hit 4 boundaries.
A good push there by Shailendra will be a quick single there. Misfield. Can this induce another run? Yes, another run is being taken. Great running between the wickets. They capitalized on that misfield. The cover region fielder just missed it completely, fumbled it. The deep long off region fielder does well to collect it.
Gajendra is also playing very good role.
The fielder has now been pushed back towards the boundary rope. Again, a good shot there. Will be a comfortable single. Great batting there by the duo. They're doing an incredible job when it comes to just knocking down the singles, because they know that after this, after the end of the 16th over, we can see some explosive batting by the two batters. A massive strike there. Races to the cover region fielder will only be a single. Good job there from the fielding team.
Prempal is a good bowler. He's also the captain of Avengers, and very clever bowling by Mr. Prempal. 3 balls he has delivered, and that was all the good deliveries, and not giving any room to the batsman to hit a boundary. That was on the leg side and played it well, flicked it well, and the fielder is running behind the ball. I think the 2 will be completed by the batsman.
Cleanly collected by the mid-wicket region fielder. Does really well when it comes to just cutting it off. Saved a couple runs there for the team. Prempal, the captain, has been bowling relatively well. Good economy. Hasn't gotten a wicket so far. We can probably see a couple wickets now falling if they try to step on the gas, but if they're successful, what a beautiful way of connecting. A full toss there, and it is given.
Full toss and punished well.
It has been given the rightful treatment that it deserves.
It's a 50. It's a 50 of Shailendra.
What a well-deserved knock of 52 off of only 30 deliveries, 5 fours and 1 6, 173 strike rate. What an incredible batter he has been. He has played the role of a partner in the first couple partnerships, but now he is the explosive one in the partnership. He is ready to take this team on, and he is ready to take the team across the 200 run mark. 155 already on board. Again, pushes it back. Good fielding there by Prempal. The bowler does well to just collect it cleanly. Keeps it down. Maybe saved a couple runs on that occasion. 9.79 is the current run rate. At the end of the 16th over, we are sitting at 155 for the loss of 3 wickets, and that incredible 50 for Shailendra. What an incredible knock this has been. He will be definitely cherishing that, and he will be looking at this video stream, the recordings again and again, and his entire family will be sharing this across the social media platforms tonight. So we are in for a beautiful contest. The last 4 overs for the ENA strikers are coming up. A quick change for the keeper, and we can see that definitely there will be a massive acceleration from this point.
At this point of time in 16 over, it's 155 for 3. It's a good over, but as the ENA strikers, can it push it further to the 200? So let's see in upcoming 4 overs, what is the strategy of ENA strikers?
Another 45 45 runs will be required in the last 4 overs to push that 200 run mark. But to be very honest, they're already at the par score that is required. The next 4 overs will definitely be any extras that will be coming onto this ground, because usually in the first innings we are seeing 155, 160 as the par score. So they're already at that mark. So any runs that are coming for the ENA strikers from here on will be an addition to the tally, and they will be definitely happy with whatever score they have on the board. A quick drinks break there for the batting pair. It is getting a little hot with the sun shining, but it is a pleasant weather here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. Really cool breeze for the entire crew here. We are at the comm box, covered by shade, so we are pretty happy with how things are progressing. But towards the midday, we will definitely get the brunt of the heat. But at this point, we are cruising in terms of the over rate. About to approach the 11 p.m. mark. So we will ask the umpires to just slightly nudge on the team to just bowl on the last 4 overs and quickly get the first innings under wraps. Because the second innings will be the blockbuster innings, the massive chase, the mega chase of the 2025 Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament, the Tri-Series coming up. What an incredible contest we will have here at the Noida Cricket Stadium in Sector 21. Rahul, off to you. Good single being taken there. Karan is back into the attack. He was the danger man for the Samsung Avengers. A great strike there. The fielder does well. A quick misfield gives them another run there in a spot of bother, to be very honest, because these singles will be very costly for the Samsung Avengers. Karan now coming back into the action. He took the crucial wicket of Sumit in that over. A massive heave will only be a single. Leg by is being given by the umpire. Misses it completely.
Tried to hit on the long on, but missed it completely. And Shailendra is betting on 54 and quite good. Right. And the ball was completely on the lag side, and that's a throw directly hit on the stump.
Great delivery there, and we are really happy to report the 50-run partnership is now on board. Over 32 deliveries, and Shailendra, Gajendra, both of them are doing an incredible job when it comes to just ticking the scoreboard. Tries to go for that ramp, very cheeky there. Shailendra knew that if he probably could have gotten a ramp, a couple runs, but keep that in mind, Shailendra, there is a fine leg fielder that is actually on the boundary ropes, a little unorthodox for a spinner, but definitely working here at this point. The fine leg fielder is on the boundary ropes, but there is no third man region fielder. Perhaps the scoop was meant for that area, but completely misses it at that occasion. Tries to go for the big heave. The fielder is there. It will be protected. Will only be a single. Good job there by Shailendra. Will only be a single. What a great way of just nudging.
The 17th over, and the score is 160 for 3. 161 for 3. And Shailendra is on 54 and Gajendra is on 10.
55. Run dal do. Vipin Rawat now back into the... What? What a massive strike there, right into the comm box. This is massive, absolutely behemoth. What a strike. Shailendra 61 off of 36 deliveries. What an incredible knock he is playing so far. Shailendra is giving us a show here. He knows that this is really crucial. A wide being called there by the umpire. This is pressure for Vipin Rawat. He knows what he has to do at this point. Just keep it onto the stumps, but Shailendra is picking them up sweetly off of the bat. And he is lodging them. That was a massive six. That was almost an 80-meter six there by Shailendra. Again, tries to go for the big hit. Misses it completely. Misfield down there. Second run now coming onto the board. That is really a problematic situation for the Avengers because it is already a massive total that is on board here. 9.81 is the current run rate. 170 already on board. That are well past the par score, maybe by 20 runs or so. Now from here on, again, a massive hit. A beautiful.
Boundary for the striker. Nice shot in the front, and I think Shailendra is really playing a very good inning.
A beautiful shot there, just pierces the boundary rope. The long on region fielder tried to do everything, but at that point of time, it was Shailendra's bat that was doing the talking. It was nothing. It was stunned silence in the ground. No fielder has anything to say. They have no response for the way Shailendra has been batting. 67 runs already on board. Now at this point, the question has turned. It is not if they can cross 200. It is if Shailendra can get to his century. That he definitely can. Tries to go for the big hit. And that great fielding there in the deep long off region. Pushes it back to the fielder. Saved probably 2 runs there at that point. Another double being taken, 69 runs for Shailendra off of 39 deliveries. What an incredible display of batting there. Again tries to go for the big hit. Misses the fielder completely. Just another beautiful boundary for Shailendra. Just misses the fielder by a couple inches. That could have been a very, very beautiful chance for Vipin Rawat. But that boundary, I'm telling you, at this point of time, luck is also with Shailendra. The bat is with Shailendra. The ground is with Shailendra. His team is cheering him on. Not one individual is sitting at this point of time. Everyone is just happy the way Shailendra has been batting. He is ready to pump out the big numbers for his team. Innings strikers, 180 already on board. They're well past the 10 runs per over mark. And still we have another delivery to go. What all can happen?
And 2 sixes.
What all can happen in this over?
2 strike rate.
6 on the first delivery, a wide, 2 runs, a 4, another double, another boundary, and now this will be the last delivery of the over. Vipin Rawat in a state of bother here. He knows he has gone for plenty in this over. Again tries to go for the big hit, but the fielder will do well, I'm sure. Does really well. Will only be a single. Shailendra retains a strike for the team. 181 on board for the loss of 3 wickets. Incredible batting there by Shailendra. At the end of the 18th over, we are sitting at 181 for 3.
So now the 2 overs are left, and let's see. Current strike rate is, run rate is 10.09. On 41 ball, he has strike 74 runs, and that's a very coming with the
Prempal now back into the attack.
again.
A massive hit, but a fielder is coming underneath, but it sails across the boundary rope, pierces the fielder. The fielder was just looking at the ball sail across his head. This is proper cinema at the Noida Cricket Stadium for the ENA striker. Shailendra is stepping on the gas here. What an incredible hit that was.
On the very first ball of the frame, Mr. Prem. Again, and that's again.
Just,
Towards the boundary and midfield and
oh my goodness.
to the strikers again. Challenge is really going fast, very fast.
Oh my goodness, this is an incredible display of power hitting there. This is exactly what we as cricket lovers need to witness. The incredible batting that we are seeing here. What a strike there. 4 runs off of that delivery. Absolutely beautiful. Shailendra, my dear, you are sitting at 84 off of 43 deliveries. We need to see the massive 100 now, and we want you taking laps of the ground because this is absolutely beautiful. Again, a massive hit, sails across the boundary rope for another massive hit. Now Shailendra is sitting on 90. He has reached his 90. What a way to begin. The captain is being taken on here. The captain has been put in a state of bother. He is being thrashed across the field. And Samsung Avengers have no response for the way Shailendra has been batting. 90 of 45 deliveries, above 200 the strike rate. And we are already at 197 for only 3 wickets lost. This is a massive total that is coming up here. Only 10 more runs required, but will land safely. Will only be a single there. Dislodges the bat completely, Shailendra there. I mean, I'll give it to you, Shailendra. No problem, buddy. You can leave the bat wherever you want if you can give us this kind of a display. We are definitely waiting for another couple maximums and for you to get over the line. Gajendra has the best seat in the house, but he also tries to go for the massive hit. Will only be a single. Oh, a good running between the wickets. They go for the second one. Good call there from Gajendra and Shailendra in the middle. 200 runs are on the board for the ENA strikers. A huge round of applause for the 2 batters in the middle. The entire team has been doing an incredible job. What a sensational innings this has been so far for the entire team. Quick discussion in the center there. One more delivery, I beg your pardon, was remaining in this over. So he has to bowl another one, and to end this dreadful over, I can understand why the bowler wants to finish it off, because this has already been a very expensive over. First ball for 6, then a 4, another 6, then a single, then a double, and now we are sitting at the last delivery. This has to be a proper blockbuster over. Again goes for the massive hit, pierces the fielders, races to the boundary rope for 4. This just went from bad to worse. The captain is kicking the boundary ropes. He's kicking the field. He's kicking himself. He's really not happy with his performance. At the end of the 19th over, we're sitting at 204 for the loss of 3 wickets. Gajendra with that incredible blow, that last blow to just finish Avengers off, because Avengers had already been down and dusted, but that shot from ENA strikers, my goodness, we are enjoying this at the comm box here. And we have a little guest here at the comm box, and we are extremely happy to have young participants there watching the match and supporting cricket in general. So we are having an incredible contest here.
The last over of this first.
And a football indeed, because this is absolutely beautiful. The way Shailendra has been batting, 95 runs already on board for 46 deliveries. He's looking at a massive total here. Again, goes for the massive 6, but will land in the no-man region. Will be 2 runs.
Good running between the wickets, taking 2 runs.
And
Challenge will be on the strike.
100-run partnership comes on board for this batting pair. What an incredible pair to begin with. This is a beautiful display of batting. We are looking at a maximum phenomenon here. This is something new. This is something beautiful. And who expected this to happen on a Saturday morning here at the Noida Cricket Stadium in the beautiful 2025. Tries to go for the massive hit. The fielder is there.
They run for the second, and yes, they are running for the second one.
Great running between the wickets there.
Challenge on 99.
2 runs being taken here. Now
Run for the century.
everyone is on their feet here. We know that in 1 run, Shailendra will be the first centurion on day 1 itself of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. My goodness, this
Only in the 48 balls
is absolutely beautiful.
and 9 boundaries, 4 sixes, 4 incredible sixes.
Let's go for it. Shailendra can do this again. Everyone is chanting his name. Land. There we go. A huge edge there, but lands safely. What an incredible knock for Shailendra. Take a bow, Shailendra. Take a bow.
That's a nice one. That's really a huge one.
The salute from the crowd. His entire team is backing him up. 100 off of 49 deliveries. What an incredible cricketer we are seeing here. This is cricket at its finest. This is cricket at its best. This is the cricket of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. What an incredible way to bring up a century. The entire company behind you. Even the fielders were congratulating him, the umpire congratulating him. Now Gajendra, he knows that he has to do something big here. Tries to go for the big hit, misses it, but no fielder there. They will easily take 2. What incredible running between the wickets there. They know exactly where the fielders are. Even when they are mishitting it, they're going for it. 6. There have been 4 sixes and 9 boundaries in the Shailendra innings. 200 plus is the strike rate. And he was at 13 off of 13. So keep that in mind, folks. He has actually scored the bulk of his runs in the last couple overs there. So what an incredible batter we are seeing here. Let's go for it. Last delivery of the over, last delivery of the innings. What a beautiful innings there. What a knock there by Shailendra. People are,
Strikers have made 216 for the loss of 3 wickets.
everyone is congratulating Shailendra.
This is the end of first inning.
216 for the loss of just 3 wickets. What an incredible display of batting we've seen so far. And this is a tournament that we've all been waiting for. The intercompany tournament for the bragging rights, for redemption. What a tournament. And after the break, we will be back with the second innings. And can Samsung Avengers chase down the massive target of 217 runs? We are sure that they can do a massive job here. Everyone is congratulating Shailendra because, my goodness, who wouldn't? I would just request Shailendra to come quickly to the comm box for a quick interview, because Shailendra really deserves all the recognition. And we can see that he is coming up here in a minute. So a big innings there by Shailendra. Beautiful setup there by the two openers. And now we are having Shailendra come up to the comm box really quickly for a quick interview, because he deserves all the recognition that he can get. Shailendra, you beauty. What an incredible knock this has been. And I have been enjoying commentating for you so far, because this has been an incredible display of batting. So, quickly to sum it up, how was it?
It was fantastic. I was just focusing on the basics of the game. I know I have got the good opening partnership from the Kamanchu and Sumit, then Manibhai. So I just want to capitalize on the start which I got. So when we were 15 over 160, so I told Gajendra, let's go on a fire. And you saw the result. Thank you, team management and everyone.
Mate, we'll let you catch up on your breath because you're definitely winded. But this has been an incredible competition so far, and day one of the tournament, that too. So it is all happening here. This is a beautiful day for the ENA strikers. So a very big congratulations, and you've definitely got this in the bag, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, thank you. So we will be back at the beginning of the second innings. What an incredible venue this is. What an incredible company this has been. The 2025 Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament will be back with the second innings after a short break. And we are back in action after the first innings and that explosive innings by Shailendra. And 216 was scored by the ENA strikers. We are now chasing a mammoth total of 217 runs. And the Samsung Avengers are ready to track down this massive total because they know they can do this. They have already done this in the past, I'm sure. And we begin with the two batters, Sanjay and Vikram, getting to the center, number 88 and number 10. Let's see what can happen at the start of this beautiful second innings. And I'm sure that the wicket is settled in a little bit better. We'll be coming on to the bat a little bit better. And we are now towards a massive, massive chase in the second innings. We request one representative. Adarsh Tripathi is the bowler, the starting bowler for the ENA strikers. Vikram Singh is on strike, will be facing the first delivery from Adarsh. The Samsung Avengers are ready to chase down the massive total. Can they create an upset for the ENA strikers? Because the ENA strikers seem to be on cloud 9. Look at them clicking some pictures at the boundary rope. Great delivery to begin with. Pushes it to the cover region. Will be no run so far. Great way the teams are bonding here at the Noida Cricket Stadium at the 2025 cricket tournament. Good shot there by Vikram. A quick glove change there for Sanjay. Ready to face his first delivery. Will be taking a quick guard from the umpire for a leg stump. Very traditional and very orthodox there by Sanjay, and I'm definitely sure that he will be looking to use the offside as much as possible. And this is an incredible contest here that we have on our hands. 6 overs will be plenty for the power play. Great delivery to begin with. What an incredible bowler. Comes onto the bat really well. Is maintaining his line and length. Sanjay has no option but to just block it and send it back to the bowler. The bowler is again back to the top of his mark. Steaming in. Very traditional. Just a hint of swing into the right-handed batsman. Pushes it down to the deep long off region for a quick single. Vikram now back on strike. Adarsh Tripathi, the bowler. He's actually a very decent bowler by the looks of it, very traditional. Has a slight inclination towards the in swing with his wrist especially. Just like that, we can see it swinging back in. Great shot there by Vikram, racing to the boundary ropes for 4. That is the first boundary for the Samsung Avengers, and they are back on the prowl because they know that this is a massive total that they are chasing here. They know what is required from them, and they are on it. What an incredible shot that was from Vikram. Like I was just mentioning, he has an angle that comes into the right-handed batsman, so it came into the right-handed batsman, was played beautifully. The mid-wicket fielder was really onto the pitch, almost the secondary pitches. So had no chance of actually saving that. Again, a massive, massive hit. What a great shot. The fielder does well, will only be a single. Great fielding there by the extra cover region fielder. Gajendra does an incredible job of fielding in the deep. Cuts it off really well. He was the second fiddle in the partnership with Shailendra, the 100-run partnership. What an incredible first innings that was, and now this will be an equally impressive second innings. At the end of the first over, we are sitting at 7 for the loss of no wicket. Great boundary there for Vikram to begin with. Now, this is a time where they really need to push it on. Why do you ask? Look at the target. Nitin Rawat is now in action for the ENA strikers. Adarsh with that incredible first over. Let's see what Nitin can do. Again, a very traditional batter. Can that be a beautiful shot there? Uses the full toss to its remarks. Uses the 30-yard circle as much as possible. Punts it over the fielder for a beautiful 4. The deep long on region fielder had nothing to do because of the power play, and this is the time that they have to capitalize. What an incredible shot by Vikram on that occasion. Moves his tally to 6 runs. I beg your pardon, moves his tally to 10 runs off of 5 deliveries. If he can keep this on, and if he can be the pillar of this innings, then we are on for a lovely, lovely chase. A very quick delivery there, but wide being called by the umpire. Great umpiring there. 205 runs are now required for the Samsung Avengers. Nitin, very good outswinger. What an incredible shot that was. Again, a massive punt, but the ball seems to be slowing down. Again, a great job by Gajendra there in the deep. Has definitely saved 3 runs for his team there. An incredible stroke that was. That deserved more runs, and the Samsung Avengers will not be happy with the way that has come to unfold, because they were definitely looking to cheer for a boundary for their team because they need the momentum. Sanjay is now on strike. Let's see what can Sanjay do. Can he bring the flurry to this innings as well? Sanjay definitely wanted that single, but there was no chance of getting that single. Vikram does well to just deny it right there and then. Samsung Avengers are at 13. 1.3 overs done. This is looking like a fairly equal contest. But to be honest, the ENA strikers, the 2 bowlers, have been on their marks. Only 1 extra so far from Nitin, that wide. But I'm sure that if he can just bowl his orthodox deliveries, he's bowling incredibly well, flirting with the wide line, and that flirting did not go really well with them. It has been reported to the HR, and now it's a wide. What an incredible start of this has been to the day 1 of the 2025 Samsung Intercompany Tournament. Samsung Avengers 14, 1.3. A slip now comes into action because of that outswinger that he is presenting so well. What an incredible delivery that was. The slip had been placed beautifully, a little wide, perhaps a second slip. was required on that occasion. That delivery just, I'm sure that any coaches here or any young cricketers who are looking at this, Nitin is presenting a full action, and he is creating that natural outswinger, which is inducing that edge, that outside edge when the batter goes to drive. The first, again, a beautiful swing there. You can see that the ball is dancing really well for both Adarsh and for Nitin. Adarsh with a natural in-swinger and Vipin and Nitin, I beg your pardon, with the natural outswinger. The two bowlers are presenting a variety in terms of seam and swing. The first slip a little too wide and a little too close to the batter in my opinion. But a good punt down to the deep, long off region. The field set has been really well at this point. They needed one fielder down in the deep for that shot that Vikram plays so well. At the end of the second innings, we're sitting at a comfortable 16 for no loss. The required run rate is slightly above 11. Current run rate of 8. To be very honest, we can't really make up as to what is happening in the innings so far because it is just the first 2 overs. But the next 4 overs will be very crucial for the Samsung Avengers. The Samsung Avengers know that they need a massive total here on the board. They're chasing a massive total here on the board. But at the end of the 6th inning, they need at least 50 plus. Again, the natural in-swinger coming into play. What an incredible delivery there by Adarsh Tripathi again. This team is quite well-rounded in my opinion after I've witnessed the first few balls and that first innings. Great batters, great bowlers and great fielders because Gajendra in the deep has been doing an incredible job. A big shout out for Gajendra in the deep. He's been fielding it incredibly well. Again goes for the big heave in the air. And oh my goodness, as I was applauding the fielding there, it races across the boundary rope for a 4. That is very unfortunate for the ENA strikers. He does really well to run backwards. Was a very tough chance, but gives it his all and just pushes it across the boundary rope for a 4. I mean, the Samsung Avengers will be happy any which way they come. They want the runs to come up on the board. Vikram has been the powerhouse of this innings so far. 16 runs off of 10 deliveries that he has faced. He needs Sanjay to pick up the brunt of the innings as well. He needs to be that kind of partner. Again, a good delivery, but that natural in-swinger a little too aggressive for that LBW. Good call by the umpire. No runs on that account. Perhaps if Adarsh bowls towards the 5th or the 6th stump line, we can see him swinging it back towards the middle stump and will be very tough to defend or to punch. And we will be putting Vikram in a very compromising position. Again, a big shot there. What an incredible hit that from Vikram. Pierces the boundary ropes for 4. In the mid-wicket region, he knew exactly what was required, as I was mentioning. Adarsh is now coming onto the pads really well, but what is happening is that Vikram is really good off of his pads. He's whipped that ball over the 30-yard circle, and it has raced to the boundary ropes. The leg side for Vikram seems to be very racy, while as the offside seems to be a tad slow comparatively. There's also a natural slope here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. Adarsh now rushing in for his delivery. He, again, a really good shot there. Pushes it down to the deep, long on region fielder. Will only be a single. Vikram has done plenty in this over. Already 9 runs have come off of this over. Perhaps Sanjay, if he can punt one across the boundary rope like his partner, this can be a very profitable over for the Samsung Avengers, and they can definitely go across the boundary rope again. Let's see if they are punting it. No. Great delivery there. A wide being called there by the umpire. His natural in-swinger. A boon and a bane for Adarsh at that point. A little too close to the pads in this over. The first over was incredibly well. He was using that 4th, 5th stump line, getting that gentle in-swinger, and sometimes off of the wicket as well. But on this account, he's been onto the pads quite a bit. Again, this is what was required. An incredible delivery, but played incredibly well by Sanjay. Gajendra does again an incredible job. I'm using the word incredible a lot because that is what I'm witnessing here. Great batting, great bowling, and incredible fielding. At the end of the 3rd over, we are sitting at 28 for the loss of no wicket. Vikram has been playing incredibly well in this second innings. 21 runs scored off of 13 deliveries. If he can just carry on this momentum, he can definitely create carnage for the Samsung Avengers. E&A strikers, Nitin Rawat with his second over. I've been loving the way Nitin Rawat bowls. 147 wickets in his cricketing career. Best of 4 wickets. What an incredible bowler he is for the E&A Warriors. His figures are just to die for, and I'm sure the Samsung Avengers will know that Nitin is a scary bowler. What a massive heave. Very lucky on that occasion for Vikram. Lands in the no man zone. This is only day 1 of the 2025 Samsung Intercompany tournament. Again, a big slash there. Great fielding, like I've been mentioning. This is a beautiful fielding unit. A 30-run partnership comes on board for the pair. 30 runs on board for 3.2 overs. Current run rate of 9. Required run rate of over 11 at this point. They're not pushing it across the rope like... They need a few boundaries here in the power play because this is where they can capitalize on that situation. Again, a massive punt there. Can the fielding team do well? Yes, they can. Again, a massive example of why I've been saying that football is really important in the game of cricket here. Does really well to stop it with his feet. I have to ask the Samsung management if they're also getting some football training on the side. Because both the teams, the Avengers and the Strikers, are using the football skills to good use in the field. Nitin with that beautiful outswinger. Oh, look at that. That floater. But that bounce and this time seemed right across the batter. Misses the leg stump. Great delivery so far. Vikram with words of encouragement for Sanjay because he needs to carry on at this point. Sanjay sitting at 5 runs for 7 deliveries. He has to support Vikram because Vikram is taking the brunt of the action here. At that point, it really costs Vikram's wicket. Let's see what Sanjay can do at this point. Tries to go for that big punt. Goes to the cover region. No run being there given at that point. It's been a very successful over so far. 3 runs coming off of this over. 5 deliveries in. This is the last delivery of the 4th over. Let's see what can happen here. A massive hit there. Square leg region fielder gets involved. Great fielding in the center here. No run being given. At the end of the 4th over, we are sitting at 31 for no loss. Others coming back into the action. A massive hit there. Races across the boundary rope for a massive 4. I thought that was a 6 for a second there. Thank you to the umpire for signaling a boundary. This is what is required there for the Samsung Avengers, and Vikram is taking all the action on himself because, well, his partner, he's taking a little bit of time to settle in. But Vikram, he is smashing the ball across the park. And like I mentioned, Adarsh, he's been bowling a little too much onto the pads for Vikram. And Vikram is really strong on his feet. So we need to have Adarsh bowling into the 6th and the 5th stump line so that his natural in-swinger can target Vikram's perhaps the off stump or the middle stump, which will make it really tough for Vikram to play. Because we've already seen a couple thick edges which could have been caught but have landed safely in no man's zones. Again, this is what we have been asking for. This is exactly what we have been asking for. A nice ball, a nice floater in the 5th, 6th stump line, gets that natural in-swinger, gets onto maybe the 2nd or the 1st wicket area. Great bowling there by Adarsh Tripathi. Into his 3rd over so far. Into his 3rd over. Words of encouragement from his teammates at the comm box that he has been bowling incredibly well at this contest. Adarsh, can he pick up a wicket now to just add the cherry on top? 4 runs off of this over so far. Beautiful delivery. Great hit there. Sails across the boundary rope for a 6. Wow. Just wow. This is the powerhouse Vikram is bringing onto the table. He knows exactly what is required. He knows exactly when to press on the gas. And he is doing exactly what is required at this point. Samsung Avengers need a partner, need a pair that can push this total and really give a challenge to the ENA strikers. Adarsh now in a state of bother, already a pretty expensive over, 10 runs already being scored in this over. A wide being scored there. Again, this is a little problematic for Adarsh. As we were mentioning, if he bowls in the middle wicket line, then he will definitely be drifting towards the leg side for a wide there. So he has to maintain the 6th stump, 5th stump line so that he comes on to the middle stump. And now Sanjay, the docile partner so far. He's ready to face Adarsh. A big strike there, does well. The way he stops the ball. Absolutely incredible the way this match has been progressing here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. A slight breeze, everyone is enjoying themselves. This is the perfect time for cricket. And we know across the country there are multiple leagues happening at this point. The Ranji Trophy season is underway. And we are here witnessing some recreational cricket at its best. What an incredible shot there. Pierces the boundary ropes. This is the Sachin that is required for the Avengers. This will definitely boost up his confidence and he will be looking at the ball really well at this point. His eye is set in. At the end of the 5th over, we are sitting at 47 for no loss. This is game on between the Samsung Avengers and the NA Strikers. This can go any which way at this point. We never know. This can be a massive upset for the ENA Strikers. They're looking a little too comfortable at this point. Nitin Rawat with his third over. And what an incredible boundary to begin with. We will be very happy to witness that. Vikram Singh, this is proper blockbuster here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. Day one of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament 2025. And we are already seeing a 51-run partnership in the middle for the Samsung Avengers. A huge round of applause for the two batting pair. "51 runs off of 5.2 deliveries. Nitin Rawat bowls incredibly well, pushes down to the long on region for a quick single. Sanjay is now back on strike. He will be very confident after that beautiful drive that he had played in the last over of Adarsh. He's ready for Nitin in this over. Definitely will be looking to score even more runs here and to help Vikram in his chase as well. Great running between the wickets by the pair. This has been a constant in this tournament so far. We are seeing an incredible running between the wickets for the two teams, from the two teams. Even ENA strikers were running really well. They were pressurizing the fielders quite a bit. And now we are seeing the Avengers again pressurizing the ENA strikers with the quick singles and the quick doubles. At this point, it is anyone's game. Keep that in mind, folks. 53 runs are already on board. This is exactly what was required in the power play. A very loopy delivery, a slow delivery on that occasion. Misses it completely. Vikram tries to go for the big heave, but nothing doing on that account because there was no velocity on that ball whatsoever. He was done with the shot before the ball could even reach him. We are seeing a contest that is absolutely breathtaking here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. What a beautiful shot there. Great fielding. A misfield there will cost a run in the field. I've been talking about this quite a bit, that the ENA strikers have been fielding exceptionally well, but a couple misfields are already we have witnessed there in the first 6 overs. At the end of the 6th over, we are looking at 55 for no loss. Beautiful shot there by Sachin. I think spin is where he shines. He's there to bring some wrath onto the spinners. Single done. Vikram is already on 40 off of 24 deliveries. This has been a silent but a very effective innings for Vikram so far. The spinner really feisty with his action and really quick on the wicket. There we go. Spins it the other way. Proper carom ball. But the line was probably not too apt for the carom ball. A wide being given there. I think if some off spinners, they stick to their guts and just bowl a very nice off spinner, they can. What an incredible hit. Picks it up. Tears the seams off of the balls. Massive six there for Vikram. Moves on to 46. This is the kind of batting we are expecting at the Samsung Inter-Company Cricket Tournament. A massive there, and he is racing to his 50. Just 4 runs off of his 50 at this point. I'm sure that is not on his mind. The big total that he has on his mind pushes it to the long off region. Will only be a single. Moves on to 47. 64 on the board off of 6.4 overs. This match has been very entertaining. Massive boundaries, massive sixes, incredible bowling, beautiful batting, and we are witnessing a thriller of a contest here. A great ball there. Tries to push for the second, but Vikram said no. He knows that he can dislodge the spinner and he can send them across the boundary rope. Let's see what Vikram can do at this occasion. Can he bring up his 50 in this over? Perhaps a massive hit. Tries for the hit again. Misses it completely. Could have been very close, to be fair. Vikram has to understand that he is the danger man out there and he needs to be there for his team. At the end of the 7th over, we are sitting at 65 for no loss. Vikram Singh sitting at 47 off of 28 deliveries and Sanjay off of 12 for 14 deliveries. Ankit Sharma, the new bowler. I mean, we have to talk about one aspect that fairly gets overlooked here. The wicket keeping has been exceptional for the ENA strikers here. Sumit, the keeper, he has been keeping exceptionally well, been very swift to whip off the bails. Great delivery. Takes a quick single. This is a massive breakthrough for the ENA strikers. They will be very happy. The danger man departs. Vikram playing an incredible innings there. Has to go back. 47 being scored by Vikram at that point. Vikram had to be there for the team. He was playing incredibly well. He had to bring up his 50. He had to play the innings that Shailendra played. But still, a really good knock. Now someone has to keep on the momentum that Vikram had built up. Karan, the new batter, comes to the middle. Great wicket for Ankit Sharma. That LBW shout was a plenty. Ankit has been bowling really well on this over. Goes onto the pads. No run there. Another dot ball. The pressure building up now for the Samsung Avengers. 67 for the loss of 1 wicket. That incredible wicket of Vikram. Tries to go for the big hit. Lands in the no-man region again, yet again. Very, very lucky there for the new batter, Karan. But gets that first run on the board. Will be very happy and will be feeling a little confident that at least that first single is done and dusted. Now Sanjay is back on strike. Tries to go for the big hit. Will that be a catch? But no. Again, very lucky on that occasion. Crosses over the 30-yard circle. And a wicket there. A run out there. What is happening for the Samsung Avengers? Everyone had started thinking that it was out because the ENA strikers were already off celebrating. But the umpire said no, that it's not out. The enthusiasm for the ENA strikers is aplenty. So we can still enjoy and party here at day 1 of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. Vishal, now the bowler, comes into the action. Oh my goodness, this has been a festival, a carnival of cricket here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. The 2025 Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament is full of excitement. A leggy. Wow, this is beautiful. That ball just glides into the air, rips off of the surface, and great work there by Sumit, the wicketkeeper. Huge shout out to Sumit there. Tries to go for that big sweep. Takes the top edge. Lands in the no-man region. Will be taking that quick double. Karan now on strike. Yet again. Tries to go for that sweep shot. With the leggy generating a lot of spin and a lot of bounce there from the surface. We are here at an incredible venue on a Saturday. Oh, what a shot there from Karan. Guides it towards the boundary rope for the into the third man region for a 4. A proper cricketing shot there. Just a late cut. Leans onto the ball as much as possible. Plays it as late as possible and gets that thickish edge that was required for it to run and race to the boundary ropes. Vishal will not be happy with that. He wants to be an economical bowler. Again tries to go for that late cut. Does really well. Just a single being taken on that occasion. Great batting by Karan for that leggy. He has been utilizing the spin and is guiding it towards the third man region for that quick single. Now Sanjay is back on strike. Can he thrash Vishal here? Tries to go for that big hit. A deep mid-wicket fielder there. Just will only be a single. The runs have seemed to just dried up because, well, the danger man has already departed Vikram. He had been batting incredibly well. Vishal now with his final delivery. Again that. Another message for the team in the middle that you have been bowling and batting incredibly well, and we are very happy as spectators here. I think this is for the very first time that we are enjoying a contest from the Combox, because there is excitement, there's laughter, there's magic in the air. And guess what, guys? It's only 12 o'clock, so it's midday, but we don't feel like it. There are no midday blues at this point for the teams. We are enjoying ourselves at the 15th of November, which is day one. So imagine what is yet to come for the next 3 days of this incredible tournament that we're witnessing. I am really pumped. The entire organizing team is pumped, and the teams, oh my God, they haven't slept a lick last night, I'm sure. I think most of the teams, they have disturbed their families last night quite a bit. They were batting all throughout the night. Oh, a beautiful delivery there. Ankit Sharma, he took that crucial wicket of Vikram in his first over. Can he create another breakthrough? Well, the runs have completely dried up here. The run rate now slips below the 9-run mark, and the required run rate almost at 13. So the Avengers are definitely in a state of bother, because a big shout there. Umpire says no. They're building up the pressure on Karan, on Sanjay, on everyone at that point. They know that if they can get another couple wickets, then the match is in the bag for the ENA strikers. The ENA strikers seem relatively chill and the cooler camp on that occasion. But the Avengers, I know the Avengers can do something massive here. A couple batters are already ready to go. They need some big hits there. Prempal, the captain, and the sidelines, he's trying to do some shadow batting there. There we go, there we go. Let's see a big hit. Yes, that's it, Prempal. Wow, that was absolutely beautiful, the way you've been shadow batting. 9.4 overs done. 80 for the loss of 1 wicket. Sanjay now comes back on strike. Only 1 run has been scored in this over so far. Pushes it to the mid-wicket region. Will only be a single, but the singles won't do it, fellas. Singles really won't do it. The ENA strikers are already cheering. They're readying themselves up for a party, because they know what is to come. A couple reservations are being made, I guess, for a team lunch or a team dinner. Hopefully the comms team and the organizing team will also be invited. Beautiful over there. At the end of the 10th over, it is 82 for the loss of 1 wicket. The runs have definitely dried up. Let's see some songs now from a music squad. We should also have a dance squad here, Samsung team. We need a dance squad here. My goodness, fellas. We did not know that there was a Samsung ENA anthem also. I think we need to play this again from the beginning. We need to play this again from the beginning. Let's go! Look at that team just enjoying themselves. Look at that, even in the middle we are seeing a lot of enjoyment and excitement. This is a beautiful contest here at day one of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. My goodness. Those chants are echoing everywhere. Wow, 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 what an incredible festival here. I'm not calling this a tournament anymore. Samsung ENA team. I'm not calling this a festive. I'm now calling this a festival. This is officially a festival. Just need a couple more dance crews here. And perhaps a dance from the Samsung Avengers as well is on the cards. But my goodness, AI is for the rocks. I think this is an AI generated song, but did not feel like it for even a second. This is just an incredible contest we are seeing here at the Noida Cricket Stadium. Beautiful festival. Festival day one, a music, dance, cricketing festival. Perhaps a couple more food items and drink items were required at this festival, but this is an incredible beginning to day one of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. The Samsung Avengers, they are now kind of on the back foot here. The current run rate, 8.2. Harsh, the new bowler, comes into the attack. Quick change of ends. And now everyone is facing the commentators, the comms box. Well, this is where the party is happening. So the umpires thought, let's change the side and let's give the batters a quick look at the dance squad, the comms team, and everyone who is giving it their all at this day one of the Noida Cricket Stadium. But I think we need a couple more songs for the other teams as well, guys. Oh, that was very, very close there. We apologize for a quick break in the comms box. A wide being called there by the umpire. Now let's see how can the Avengers really get back into this contest. Halfway done, run rate is now over 13. We need someone to play the innings that Shailendra played. In the 170 to 200 strike rate mark. And I think, again, a massive top edge Lands safely, tries to give it a hand, but nothing doing on that account. 2 runs being successfully taken on that occasion. Good running between the wickets, but at this point, running between the wickets will not suffice and will not help the team get across the mark. They definitely need a couple boundaries and maybe a few sixes at this point to get them across the boundary rope, because they are definitely in a state of bother. A very unorthodox way of defending the ball there from Sanjay. Almost gets both his feet together towards the line of the ball and just pushes it back down to the bowler. Harsh conceding already 5 runs for 4 deliveries. Not bad so far. Again, pushes it, takes a quick single. The cover region fielder does well. Will only be a single there. And Karan is now back on strike to face the last delivery of this fairly subdued and relaxed over from both the teams. After a quick drinks break, we are back with the second half of the second innings. And for those who are just joining us, a big shout there and a massive wicket. Karan, another breakthrough for the Samsung ENA strikers. This is now a proper collapse from the Samsung Avengers. Karan has to now walk back. Ever since Vikram lost that wicket, it has been a problematic sense of innings. Samsung Avengers at the end of the 11th over at 88 for loss of 2 wickets. The strikers are extremely happy. They know what is required. Janki walks to the middle. "38 matches, 38 innings, 300 runs have been scored by Janki. Average of 11, which will be a little bit of a bothersome average. But if today can be the day, Janki Raman pushes it. First delivery by Shailendra was incredible. Oh my goodness. Janki has to go back without facing a single delivery. And now this is a proper collapse here for the Avengers team. What is happening at this point? What is happening at this point for the Samsung Avengers? The captain now walking to the center. He definitely knows that this is not the ideal position to be in. We can see that the Samsung Avengers are kind of disheartened by the way things have been progressing so far in this innings. Janki dear, what have you done? We needed a big innings here from one of the batters, but Janki goes back without even facing a single delivery. That run out was completely unnecessary there. Janki was already to the halfway area. Prempal, the new batter, the captain, now walks to the middle. Averages of again 10, hasn't scored. Sanjay, the batter, on strike. Let's see what can be done here. Well, to be fair and to be honest, the run rate dips below 8 now, which is really troublesome. A beautiful delivery there, drags it on. Long on region fielder comes into play here, Nitin. Very proactive in the field, great fielding so far. First delivery for the captain. Now the captain has to play a proper knock. The captain, the leader's innings. A beautiful hit there. Cut off by the fielder. Does really well, Gajendra. A big heave there again. Nitin comes into play. He does really well, to be honest. His fielding has been just incredible. Shailendra has been bowling a really good over. He has been the MVP for the ENA strikers. Bowling well, batting well, fielding well. What else do you want, guys? I thought this was a team of 11. Seems to be a team of 1 at this point. Again, look at that! The magician gets a wicket again. I guess another interview is on the cards for Shailendra. But this is incredible, the way the collapse is coming. The captain now departs. Prempal Singh, the captain, has to go back. Prempal Singh Bittu has to depart now. Very troublesome this. 4th wicket now falls for the Samsung Avengers. They have to regroup. They really have to regroup at this stage to even see that if they can get to the 150 mark even. At the end of the 12th over, we are looking at 91 for the loss of 4 wickets. Shailendra, you beauty, what an incredible first over there. Sanjay, the batter on strike. Harsh comes back into the attack, pushes it again. No run being taken at that occasion again. What is happening? This is a proper collapse for the Samsung Avengers. Run rate below 8 at that point. Required run rate above 16. I guess this is done and dusted at this point. What do you think? Can we see? Oh my goodness. Sachin almost got a stumping there. Sumit almost got a stumping there. Harsh, can he get another wicket? He's already gotten 1 wicket, has only conceded 6 runs so far in his entire over quota. Great shot there. Long on region, fielder comes into play. Collected cleanly. Only a single. The new batter comes on strike. Rohan, the new batter. Number 18. Can he mimic Virat Kohli and probably bring glory to his team? Let's see. I guess not. I guess this is Virat Kohli in Australia in the first couple innings. Gets a duck, a golden duck. Harsh with his 2nd wicket. What an incredible contest this is at the Noida Cricket Stadium. Just brilliant, and this is wrapping up quicker than we expected. Samsung Avengers 92 for the loss of 5 wickets. Now we have to give credit where it's due. Sanjay has been there from the very first delivery of this innings. But guys, if we are looking at the bigger picture here, Samsung Avengers, they know where they have to improve themselves. The entire contest is now completely lopsided. 92 runs scored, 5 wickets already down. A big push just defends it. At the end of the 13th over, 92 for the loss of 5 wickets. Can we have some more music, please? Shailendra back into the attack. The wizard, the wonder man for the ENA strikers, loops it again. Oh, what a fielding there. What a stop. Huge round of applause for the fielder there. Does really well in the cover region. The ball comes fairly quickly in the cover region, folks. And if you can feel like that, well, you don't deserve to be in just any sort of tournament. You deserve to be playing at a larger level. Great keeping there from Sumit. Well, wicket keepers are always a rare breed, you know. Good wicket keepers can really turn the game, can get into the heads of the fellow batters. Now, this is coming from someone who used to be a wicket keeper. Well, I'm still a wicket keeper. So that's why a special love for the wicket keeper. Again, a beautiful delivery there by Shailendra. Just zips off of the surface comfortably into the gloves of Sumit. They're bringing in a slip now for the new batter. Great stop there by the gully region fielder. Only a single. Sachin comes back. Sanjay, comes back on strike. Goes for the big heave there. Just a single. Shailendra has been bowling incredibly well at the end of the over. He's sitting. Sanjay Singh, the batter on strike. Big heave there. What is happening there? Oh, a big boundary. I thought there was a mix-up for a second. Now this is the boundary that is required. 20 is the required run rate, so we need at least 5-6 boundaries each over. This has to be an explosive last half of the innings, to be very honest. 6 overs remaining. This is finally the time where Avengers have completed the 100, and 100 is on the board for the Avengers for the loss of 5 wickets. Sanjay has been playing a beautiful innings, 26 of 28 deliveries. Ankit Sharma is back in action. He's a very economical and a very good spinner. Let's see if he can get a wicket of Sanjay. Pushes it. Would be no run there. Good fielding. Again, Money has been doing a very good job in the field. He's diving, he's jumping, he's throwing, he's everywhere in the field. And well, he is stopping some crucial runs here for his team. But so far, tries to go for a big hit. Races. Can Nitin stop it? Again, the football skills come into play. Stops it really well. Can only be 2 runs. Really good job there in the field by Nitin. Was hit extremely hard. If he can cut that off, he's doing a really good job here. Samsung Avengers at 102 for the loss of 5 wickets. 14.3 overs done. They require another 115 in 33 deliveries. Just a single now coming off of this delivery. Square leg region fielder, mid-wicket square leg region fielder collects it very cleanly. Required run rate now going up to 21. I think the ground has felt quite silent because we kind of know and we are anticipating what is about to happen here in this contest. The strike rate of the batters are not something to be very happy about for the Samsung Avengers. The Avengers are not avenging themselves at this point. They need a couple big hits off of each over to at least stay in the contest, to stay in the game. Again, tries to cut it, but nothing doing on that occasion. Gets a good bounce off of the wicket at the end of the 15th over. 103 for the loss of 5 wickets. Vikram Singh was the only danger man out there for the Avengers. He was batting extremely well. Could not complete his 50, unfortunately, but he really deserved it. And if he was here in the middle still, I think this would have been a very different contest altogether. This is a very strong team, to be honest, the ENA strikers. If they keep performing like this throughout the tournament, then we can see them lifting the cup at the end of this tournament because, well, they have good bowling, good batters, great fielding. What else does a team like this need? It's a very well-rounded team so far. Slashes it hard. Again, another dot delivery. As the dots increase, tension and the problems within the camp increases as well. Slashes it hard. Again, another dot, but beg your pardon, wide being called there by the umpire. Saeed Anwar, the bowler, number 17. A big hit. Ankit feels it really well, will only be a single. There is one Anwar with us in the comms box and one Anwar in the field who's bowling really well. Both Anwars are incredible in the game of cricket. Pushes it to the point region fielder. And a big thanks to our chief ground curator Anwar for his incredible support in creating a very beautiful venue this at the Noida Cricket Stadium. Everyone is extremely happy here. Again, pushes it down to the deep long on region. Will only be a singles, but singles won't cut it at this point. This seems to be done and dusted, this tournament. This contest. Day 1 here of the 2025 Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. Just pushes it to the cover region. Money does well. Some theatrics in the middle from Money there. Let's see what Syed Anwar can do here with the final delivery of this over. At the end of the 16th over, it is 107 for the loss of 5 wickets. Well. This has been a very economical over so far. Let's see what the last 4 overs can yield. we are into the action with Vikas Kumar Singh. Goes for the big heave, pierces the two fielders. Wow! This is an incredible bit of fielding. He lost the ball himself. He thought that it had crossed the boundary rope, but it hasn't. What a stop there. What a stop there. It's Avengers need 108 off of 23 deliveries. Again, a top edge lands in a no man's zone. Sumit collects it cleanly, and we are off to the third delivery off of this over. Vikas, the new bowler, comes into the attack for the ANA strikers. At this point, the ANA strikers are now going to be considering the last 4 overs as trials. They're going to be giving the overs to other part-timers to probably test it out. If they can, use any of the part-timers down the line for any of the other contests that they have coming up. If they can use it like that, then I'm sure that they have a very big and a very exciting contest in our hands. A big flick to the fine leg region. No runs being conceded on that occasion. Will only be a dot delivery. 4 runs coming off of this over so far. 17th over is in progress. 111. Massive wide there. Apologizes to his teammates. But this is the kind of standards that the team is setting. That 1 wide and your bowler is apologizing because he knows what the ENA strikers are meant to do here. They're meant to give a thrashing defeat there. Batter wasn't ready on that occasion. We have to give credit where it's due, Sanjay. Sanjay Singh has been in the middle since ball 1 of this innings, and he's doing a very good job when it comes to being, when it comes to like playing a partner's role. But at that point, you needed someone to take the charge to actually thrash people across the boundary rope and to get a couple big scores under the belt. Goes for the big hit again. Good throw, great fielding. Mid-wicket region fielders are doing well. They are very active in the field. They're constantly running across to stop a couple deliveries, to stop a few runs from conceding. Required run rate now above 30 at this point. Now this says a trial tournament, a trial match for both the teams. They know that ENA strikers have got this in the bag, but they will still push it across the lope. So before we leave this, after the end of the 17th over, let's play a beautiful song. Palas came back retired hurt on that occasion. And now that is bowled. Due to some technical glitches with the scoring app, we had to take a quick short break. But now, as we are back, a massive boundary to start off, to end the over, I beg your pardon. At the end of the 18th over, 122 for the loss of 6 wickets. Sanjay is playing a very good innings at 40. Unfortunately, no one supported him at the other end. Vishal Sharma back into the attack. Great feeling in the fine leg region. Does really, really well on that account. Let's see what can happen in the second last over. Great shot there. 2 runs being taken on that account. Well, the Samsung teams have fighted it out quite well on day 1 of the 2025 Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. We are very happy to say that this has been a very entertaining contest, but there has been a clear winner at this point. And the match is, in every sense, done and dusted. Required run rate is 69, which is definitely not possible. Even if they bowl as many extras as they want, this is mathematically impossible for the Samsung Avengers. So the ENA can definitely cheer as much as possible, because they are across the rope and they're first to the finish line. Great shot there. Just a single being taken in the extra cover region fielder, deep extra cover region. At the end of the 19th over, 126 for the loss of 6 wickets. Four byes being given at that point. Harsh comes back into the attack for the final over. Let's give a last hurrah for the Samsung ENA team. Wow, what a scoop there. Gets it across the boundary rope. Sanjay is now showing all of his class with that shot. Perhaps a little too late, to be very honest. But so far, he is the star of the innings. Batted the entire 20 overs. And he's putting on a show for his fellas because they need to see how he has been batting and probably replicate him in the next couple matches to come. Let's see. What can they do here in this contest here? Again, tries to go for the big heave. And nothing can be done. League stages going on of the Samsung Intercompany Cricket Tournament. Harsh has already picked up 2 wickets. Scored 16, has conceded 16 runs. Big push to the long off region. Will only be a single. Sanjay gets off strike. And Dwarika Prasad is the new batter who will be assuming strike. Again, beats everyone. Good job by the fine leg fielder. Last 2 deliveries of this innings and of the match coming up. Again, tries to go for that massive scoop. Races away to the boundary rope. A little late for Sanjay, to be very honest, but he gets to his 50. Sanjay Singh, he deserves this 50. He has been here since ball 1 and definitely deserved that 50. Unfortunately, his team could not support him in this run chase and could not help them get across the boundary rope. Last delivery of this match is coming up, and this has been a very successful contest for the ENA strikers. A big congratulations to the entire team and squad, and what a perfect way to end this. Sanjay was here from ball 1 and gets out at the last ball. And now this is the time to party for the Samsung ENA cricket team. Well done to the entire team.
Guys, this is the time. Play कर दे भाई. Guys, this is the time. Come on. Come on, guys. ENA. Samsung.